Alright, guys. Eagles broke a really freaking long streak, like one that hasn't happened in like 20 years. And then the Packers, bro. Let's get this thing going. We got a lot of cover in this one.
Blitz is picked up. Pressure and smoked. And there's a penalty on the play. And now the chippiness has turned into a full-on shoving match. Look out, Tyler Steen throwing punches. Left, so it sealed the decision. Try the onside kick. It's laying around. Gonna pick it up, and it's loose on the ground. Who's gonna get it? Outside of the nation's capital in Landover, Maryland, a championship game rematch. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. From the 6. And the Eagles have the ball pop out. It's on the sideline. Low snap. Hold put down, though, by Travis here. Hurts looks to throw. Sideline touchdown. Devontae Smith hangs on to this. Hurts given time. Brown's got it again. Into Commanders territory. A.J. Brown is inside Michigan. Jake Elliott's field goal. Hooks 10. He'll look to throw it on first down. He's looking long. He wants McLaurin. He's got it. Keep on pounding away. Jordan Davis, second effort to the goal line. And he is trying again. Oh my goodness. A three-peat. They just barely get it off. Hurts steps up, rips it, ends zone, got it! Touchdown, Philly! Eagles send only 4. Johnson surveys. Johnson gets intercepted. Converted their last 4. Barkley again cuts it back. Stays on his feet. Saquon Barkley's in. A hard-fought touchdown. Barkley spins away into space. Stays on his feet. Takes off. Saquon Barkley. Bigsby again. Block from Grater. Tank Bigsby, there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's Chris Rodriguez. Stepped out of a tackle and got in for the touchdown.
Rock like a match, I'm burning up, I'm on fire. No, you can't get enough.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe. I hope you guys did, in fact, enjoy our Saturday games. You guys just saw the Eagles clinch the NFC East for the second consecutive season. That is the first time that it's happened since 2000, 2004 that they won it 5 straight years. Again, it has actually been 21 straight years that we have not seen a back-to-back division champ in the NFC East until now, as the Eagles got to the double-digit wins for their 4th straight season, something like that. And they will be hosting a playoff game, presumably I think technically, exactly it's the 3 seed, right? I think they have the tiebreaker on the Panthers. I can update this. Did they update it already? I don't think they might not have. No, they haven't just yet. But as you guys can see, they are clinched the playoff spot, clinched the NFC East, first team to clinch a home field advantage right now. I don't know what's going on with the early games there, but as you guys can see, the Eagles did win this one 29-18 with a big-time second half as they scored 22 points. They were down 10-7 at the half in this one. It wasn't really going great for them, but I don't think they're going to be able to afford to do this next week, even though, again, the Bills struggled a little bit today. Eagles will be heading to Buffalo next week. Commanders fought a 4-11. Again, they've now lost... Before last week's game, they lost, 8 straight. So 9 out of their last 10 games. Only put up 18 in this one. It was definitely a tough one, but again, when you're down your third-string quarterback, what can you really expect? They were pretty competitive in this game. They showed some fight there at the end. Again, on that 2-point conversion, they're saying, even though we suck and we're struggling, we're not going to go down without a fight, like literally. But they're 4-11. They're going to be going off somewhere next week to play the Cowboys actually in a short week for Christmas Day. That'll be interesting. But for Jalen Hurts, 22 of 3, 185, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 2 sacks he did take in this one. Kind of awkward with that. But anyway, he did have a pretty decent game in this one. I mean, there were definitely some missed throws. Again, definitely some bad reads for sure, but overall, he got it done. Saquon had one of his better games of the season at a 48-yard run, as well as, again, a go-ahead touchdown there. Overall, really solid game from him. Again, also take Bigsby at a 22-yard, like icing on the cake sort of touchdown. A.J. Brown made a lot of nice plays. He was very good on the boundary in this game. I just don't think he was able to really do a ton over the middle. Devontae Smith kind of got locked up. Dallas Goedert had a really nice touchdown there that kind of broke the Eagles' offense out of their slump there. Also, the offensive line was pretty physical, but overall, probably not one of their better games. Meanwhile, for this defense and what I saw out of Jordan Davis, it was a lot of off the line he was winning, which you're usually not used to seeing with him. But again, he also didn't get moved, which again is what you're used to seeing with him. So very unique performance from him. They didn't really get a ton of pressure in this game. It was more of being able to play well in coverage. A guy like Cooper DeJean, again, big time interception there. Their zone coverage was really freaking good. But other than that, I mean, like, yeah, Nakobe Dean, big play. Like, they had a lot of good things going for them on this defense. But when you're playing against string quarterback, what can you really say? Jake Elliott, he missed 2 field goals. I mean, it was a rough day for him. I don't even know what they're trying to do on that last extra point, but when they went for 2. But again, do your own thing, I guess. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, Marcus Mariota got injured, but before he got injured, he was doing some things, I guess. He had one big-time throw to Terry McLaurin for a 40-yard catch, or a 40-yard play, but other than that, it really wasn't a ton going on. And obviously, Josh Johnson came in through one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen, but he's like 39, so like, what are you going to really expect there? And for this running game, JCM, he kind of struggled. I think he had a fumble or something like that. No, that was a touchdown. My bad. Again, the touchdown just kind of told you how hard he had to run in this game. Chris Rodriguez kind of had some garbage time yardage. Terry McLaurin, like I said, had the big-time catch. But other than that, really no other receiver did a ton. I mean, Debo had 1. And other than that, guys, you look at the offensive line that gets the game for the Commanders. A lot of what they try to do is basically just sustain their blocks long enough to be able to give these receivers time to get open. And again, that's really the goal every single snap. But in this one, it just really didn't happen. And as a run scheme, it was a lot of inside zone, and it just didn't work in their dive plays and power concepts, especially with those pulling guards outside of zone. It just really wasn't working. Again, I will say the Eagles diagnosed the run really well in this one. Now for this defense, a lot of the things that I saw that were good came from their linebackers. Obviously, they're the 2 best players in this defense, but Bobby Wagner is getting up there in age. Frankie Louvu not having the greatest year overall. Their secondary was absolutely abysmal in this game. Mike Sanders still, I think, was somewhat okay. I mean, Jonathan Jones, he looked pretty bad. Noah Igbenogany got absolutely roasted on that touchdown. But other than that, I mean, the safeties, I think, overall weren't terrible, but again, the corners just... They had a rough day out there. But again, look at the D-line, didn't get any pressure. It was just overall a frustrating day for this defense, especially considering they did do a good job in that first half for sure. But when you look at the stats, Eagles had nearly 400 yards of offense. Again, we're able to go forward 9 on 3rd down and make some nice plays there. Again, a lot of explosives late kind of led the way, though. Again, they did miss 2 field goals, which would make this game a little bit worse. I think the score is a little bit, doesn't really do this game too much justice because, again, I don't think it really was, again, this big of a gap. But at the same time, I mean, they kind of got a little closer there at the end. But again, kind of unfortunate loss here for the Commanders as their bad season continues to go on here. They're just trying to close out the season maybe with a couple of strong performances. But for the Eagles, they won the division for the second straight year. Again, big-time record. They just broke right there, but our streak, actually. But other than that, let's get to our big one that was, again, after this one.
What a game we got for you tonight. The oldest rivalry in the NFL and a big one as the Green Bay Packers take on the Chicago Bears. Love, 4th and 1. Firing to the corner. Incomplete. Tried to get it over there to Christian Watson. Oh! Snap it over Manungai's head. He goes back and recovers it, but a near disaster. Snap and hold are good, and that one wins in less than 1. Willis going to keep it. He's going to get it in more. Malik Willis showing you the speed. That's a good play. He's hit from 26. And he's got it on the line. Williams gets blitz, gets rid of it. Manungai, a lot of room to roll. Manungai, head down, still going, and finally shoved out of bounds. The Bears on the board. Snap and hold are down. Santos, he played the win. Is it enough? He gets it up and through. Willis to Jacobs. Turning forward and then right. Try to pry it away. And the ball came out. He did. Bears rush 4. Willis floats one deep. He's got Dobbs. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. Santos gets into it. He starts it just like you said, and then he drew it in. 26, one from 22, and that one sneaks on in. So McManus, Williams looking to run. This time he's going to pick it up, and he dives forward. It's going to take him to the 2-minute warning. Santos trying to at least keep the Bears in it, and he's up, and he does to that. Throwing, corner has a man. It is caught. Touchdown, Jose Walker. Unbelievable. Willis on a play action, looking to throw. What does he have in that arm? Perfect pass is what he has. Unreal to Jaden Reed.
I got this.
Ball is loose.
I got this.
And the Bears get a stop. Looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all! And caught! Bears win it! DJ Moore!
Dodger Simmons. Just walked out the lavish stove, pair of shoes, $12.50. You want to buy?
Man, oh man, second straight primetime game we have seen that have just gone absolutely off the rails is this Bears game. just went nuts. They were down 16-6 with 2 minutes to go. Had like it was a 1.2% chance to win there. They got the field goal, the touchdown, or the onside kick, then the touchdown, then the other touchdown to win the game. I mean, this game was about as crazy as it gets there at the end. I mean, it was really boring going into the final stretch there, but again, the fact the Bears pulled this out was insane. It's now their 6th fourth quarter or something like that. It was something. It was some sort of freaking stat. I don't know. Fourth quarter comeback or something like that this season. I don't know. What was the thing? 6 Bears fourth quarter stat. What was it? 6 game-winning drives and achieving again. It's their 6th fourth quarter comeback. That is an NFL record since the merger. This is screaming 2022 Vikings. I'm just saying that. But anyway, they're 11-4. Oh, there's overtime win. They came back in this one. It was absolutely insane. It is their first time winning versus Packers here at home since 2018. That year, they again did win the NFC North. They are a game away, and no, that's not true. Wait, they are. Let me think about this. They win, and the freaking and the Lions lose. They win the division, but I don't really think it's gonna be easier said than done for them because they still have to go to San Fran next week, and after that they hosted Detroit in what a game that I honestly think will be for the division. But for the Packers, this is about as brutal as it gets. If you didn't know, they did lose Jordan Love to a concussion, who will actually be playing a week from now. So again, it kind of sucks that they didn't have that extra day for him to get healthy, as they will be playing the Ravens on next Saturday night. Again, also Malik Willis in this game kind of fell apart. It kind of like looked like he sucked there at the end. But anyway, yeah, this was definitely a tough one for them as they've lost their second straight game. Now 9-5-1. Relinquished any shot at them winning the division if I had to guess. Who knows though? As next week, like I said, they'll be playing the Ravens in what will be a very, very big game for both those teams. But again, the Packers it's like their fortune's worse than the Rams, especially with how this game ended. Yeah, this is just straight up brutal, especially against a team they've owned here for so long. But anyway, for the Packers and what actually happened, like I said, Jordan Love got a concussion. Very I wouldn't call it a cheap hit per se, but it definitely was an illegal hit, which a lot of people would say it was. But I don't know. Austin Butker kind of was wrong place, wrong time for Jordan Love. He got absolutely blown up there, helmet to helmet. It's nothing good happens with that. But Malik Willis, other than his fumble and taking a couple bad sacks and really not doing a ton downfield outside that one play to Jayden Reed, that one for 31 yards. He definitely wasn't great through the air. I mean, 9 of 11, I guess. Okay, but yeah, definitely not one of his best games. Anyway, though, we look at the running game. Emmanuel Wilson had a pretty damn good day with a couple of explosive runs. Josh Jacobs really struggled in this game. Again, he just did not look right. Malik Willis had a couple of decent zone reads. Like I said, never really broke anything off. Had a couple of okay scrambles, but overall was relying on that way too much in this game. For the receiving, Romeo Doubs had a 33-yard touchdown. Other than that, again, he's had some big plays early, but I'll say that again, not his best game either, but still going to let them in receiving. Luke Musgraves kind of struggled to take over that Tucker Kraft role in any way. Christian Watson kind of got locked up in this one. Again, Jayden Reed had one big play there in OT, if I'm not mistaken, but other than that, didn't do a ton. But overall, when it came down to it, this offensive line was not able to establish a line of scrimmage consistently enough to really get this offense moving. On top of Josh Jacobs struggling, especially with, again, Jordan Love going out there, that's the biggest thing there. This offense kind of was put in a tough spot. But honestly, guys, I mean, they had a lot of chances there in the red zone. Where did they go? 0-5. I mean, you're not going to win many games when that happens, even with a backup quarterback. Again, when you get in the red zone 5 times, you got to score at least 3 times. They would have blown the Bears out if that would have happened. And as a result, you see the onside kick and the Romeo Doubs giving you guys flashbacks to that NFC Championship back in 2015, and, you know, that's what kind of happens with this. Meanwhile, the Packers defense, I don't even think they played that bad of a game, to be honest with you guys. Obviously, that last play was really tough there with Keyshawn Nixon all over it wasn't even Keyshawn Nixon. Whoever was on him, it was the DJ Moore play at the end of the game. That was definitely a tough play there. But overall, they just didn't really get a ton of pressure. I do think that they did some good things up front. Really just, again, being able to not have too big of a gaps, and also their leverage was pretty good. But again, guys, McKinney's going to have to have a bigger game than this. Overall, again, they didn't do a bad job. They held them until that last point. They held them out of the end zone. So, like, what are you going to do? Like, they literally, again, they should have won this game. They very easily should have won this game. But, yeah, their defense really did what they needed to. But, again, kind of fell apart there on the last 2 drives. But anyway, guys, again, they had a 4th and 4 there at the end there. Like, what are you going to do as the defense? Like, you did what you're supposed to. For the Bears, I think Caleb definitely had a pretty good game. Again, there were definitely a lot of missed reads, though, which, again, talking about playing more healthy teams, he's going to get punished by. But at the same time, the fact that he was able to put those 2 drives together were massive. Running game was not awesome. I definitely think Kyle Monunga getting 9 carries was pretty egregious in this one. DeAndre Swift wasn't doing a whole lot. Caleb Williams had some clutch runs there at the end. But overall, for this Bears running game, I think if you're gonna live or die by it, really, do that. Offensive line also, I think they do an okay job. I just don't think they were, again, really the most consistent in their protection. DJ Moore, 46-yard game winner, is his first ever OT or fourth quarter. No, that's not true because he had the one against the Panthers, right? Or no, against the Falcons back in 2022. But anyway, it's his first real clutch touchdown. But on top of that, We saw Lamed Kias make a big play. Really though, what it came down to was Colson Lovin being a really good inline guy to kind of help out the function of this offense. Because really, guys, he was the only guy that was giving them a true advantage here. Without Luther Burden, or Rome Odunze, there were definitely some issues on this offense in this game. But overall, they got it done. They made the big plays late. Defensively, again, this is definitely where this game comes to. Montez Sweat with a big sack. Again, Austin Booker with a nice play. Again, other than the hit. And then TJ Edwards being out there was huge for them. Again, the secondary also played very, very well. Again, if they don't give up these explosives, this is a defense that will first force turnovers. And again, their risk reward would be so much better. Again, they forced, 3 turnovers in this game? Or was it 2? Only 1, okay, so they forced the fumble. But, yeah, guys, this defense is, they're going to force turnovers. And, again, the fact that, again, that was a huge fumble they forced. Even though, again, they didn't really control possession in this one. Again, that insane comeback is what got it done. As, yeah, it's just insane that actually happened. But, anyway, that's all I have for you guys here. That's all I have for you guys from the Saturday recap. Again, go watch the rest of your Sunday. I'll see y'all for the recap of Sunday tomorrow. And, yeah, see how things keep rolling here.
Who's this free kick? It's James! It is perfect! That's how to change the mood inside.